So here's the EUNORAU cargo bike. This is the first 100 miles on it I've had for about 3 weeks now. And we don't go riding every day, and maybe you're here because you're considering this cheaper cargo bike that is direct to consumer instead of going to a bike shop. So I went to my local bike shop, and their cargo bike they want $6,000 for. This one is $1,600, $1,700, I'd say, free shipping, and comes in a giant box. You put it together, but doesn't take that long. And overall, not having an e-bike before and going right to a cargo e-bike, I'm happy with it so far. The price point is a big consideration, so maybe that is the reason why you're looking at this video too. I made a whole spreadsheet of all the different types of cargo bikes and their specs and their prices, and in the end went with this one because of the price, but yet all the features that are available. So I guess I'll start off with the pros, what I was impressed with so far, and then maybe move into the cons or development needed. So pros is adjustability for one. So this handlebar set, I'm 6'4", so be able to go. I'm not maxed all the way. I got one slash left. I leave it a little lower. Found more stable instead of it all pegged out. So my wife can ride this and I can ride this. It's easy, quick release, as well as the whole handlebar head goes down to the side. Little thing like an integrated bell. I've never had a bike like that, so that's really nice. Not taking up a lot of handlebar space, and it's right near where you want to be. So we use that a lot. My kid likes it a lot. The other pro I'd say is just generally that it comes with some extras that you don't find in other ones. So this deflopulator, it's just a spring that keeps the wheel pointed straight. So when you're pulling the bike in and out, like of a tight space, like this thing is so big, so that's why you wanna, sometimes you're just pushing it from the back. It'll keep the wheel straight. It's nice to have it. So that's, a quarter to buy that thing, but the fact that they put it on there was nice with a little swivel bracket. The splash guards are also come with the bike. You don't have to buy them extra. The running boards come with the bike. You just bolt them on. There's on both sides wood paneling, and there's a wood topper, same color. I don't use it, but I put it over here. Integrated light, I do like that a lot, as well as let me turn it on. I'll turn on the little, just show you the brightness, and hit it one more time, hit the power button one more time, turns it on. It is adjustable too, so that's another benefit, as well as the tail light turns on at the same time. So today we went for a 2-hour bike ride in the city. It was 45 miles total, and it was early in the morning, so I appreciate having this light, both these lights already on. Other impressive, the seat is also quick release, easy. The wheel is quick release, easy to take on and off. And I'd also say I've never had a bike with a basket. So this is an accessory. It's a 3-piece accessory. So the basket, the front rack, which you can't see under this cargo, kind of right here, that, and probably see it over there, the monkey bars hanging up. Those all come together. They were $300, so it seemed like I'm buying 30% more price than or 20% more of the bike, but I'm really happy to be able to just throw stuff in here. So now we go and get dinner, strap it in, and I just get a cargo net. This is just a cheapo Harbor Freight cargo net. Throw her helmet in there when she's not riding with me, and I'm happy with that. And then I don't use the monkey bars right now because she's 4. Our youngest, when he grows into this, maybe we will, but for now I don't use them. She gets on and off herself. It took about 5 tries, by the way. If you have a toddler who's maybe not totally into it, we just set her on here, screamed her head off, pulled her right off. We didn't go anywhere. That took 3 more times before she was asking me to go on it. And now every single day when she comes home from school, she wants me to go for a ride with her. And this is another side thing maybe as a parent you're looking for. Time with your kids that's not like bickering and not horse trading for things. Okay, if you do this, then we'll do this. She just wants to go, and we go to now parks that we've never gone to regularly. They're 3 parks away. We have 2 other parks, but she really likes this one for right now. So whatever, it's novel for her. She likes it, and that's worth it to me. So we'll go on, an hour-long play ride. We'll go somewhere and go play at a playground, and put some water and snacks or something in here, and we'll have something before dinner and come back home. And sometimes she'll 2 rides a night, one before dinner, one after dinner. She can't wait to finish her dinner to go on a ride. So that has been a pleasant surprise. It has nothing to do with this brand, but that the fact that that's what I was kind of dreaming for, with our kids. Because, you can get in a car and go anywhere or whatever. This is not going to supplant my car. This is an addition, and it's extended my range significantly. So like I said, we go places that we've been before with the car, but we wouldn't go necessarily with the bike because I'm usually gassed by the time I would pull her in the trailer, in the Burley trailer. So that's been a plus for me. The other, I guess I'll talk about enhancements maybe first before I go on the or some enhancements. So this, let's start with the back. So, because that's where the business of it is, right? These are panniers from my old bike. These are cheap old Harbor or eBay, $15 double pocket panniers, and they're solid up top. They don't have these things don't come off, because I found I'm not actually like detaching and going places with them. I would put stuff in there. So like the helmet when we're parked or something, extra freaking gum, for that, whatever, food, anything, water, put in here. So this is an existing, $20 easily. You can get it on eBay, no problem. This one is on Amazon. Comes with a handlebar that attaches. You don't have to have it. And this saddle with the back, that's $30, $35. And this has been great because this is she actually gets herself on here now, just climbs herself up. And then I had a bunch of leftover double-sided Velcro, but you can make a seat belt. Yeah, there it is up there. I have a whole spool because it lasts like a lifetime. I'm always using it for something. And put that on her and buckle her in. And she really likes that sense of like having that on her right now, because we don't have monkey bars, and it's easy to take on and take off. So that's 30, this is 15, we'll call it. I had an existing bike pump already from my other bike. I sort of scavenged my old bike, my 37-year-old Trek now, it's 37 years old. And they have these Brazons already on here, which is nice. I think this is to mount an additional battery, because you can get this, I think, in another battery, but I just use it to put the pump on. Also, if you're looking for a pump, this has nothing to do with this video, but I've had several pumps over the years, and they're terrible, these mini pumps, to use if they don't have an extendable wand. Like, see how it has like a tube? Try to find one that is flexible. This thing actually has like a little kickstand. You can sit this thing is like a transformer. You turn it on, you take it out and you push things and pull things open, and you have this wiggle room. Having one with a tube where there was no tube was really painful. So when you need to change it in the field, good to have that. The second thing is a bike seat bag. I don't know what the name for this is, but I've had it for 20 years, I guess now. And all the little tools that you have, patch kit, another inner tube. I even have this fittings for like Presta. Oop. See, the light turned off in the garage. A Presta fitting because I was helping a guy out. His bike tire was flat, and I have Schrader valve on this. So go on eBay, they're like the whole bunch of settings, these brass fittings, sorry, are, I don't know, $5 or something. And just stick them in the bag along with the inner tube tools. The other thing is I took my 10-year-old seat from Walmart and put it on here. I found it more comfortable than the existing seat. Maybe because I don't have any padding in my butt. I like this. There's definitely better seats for sure, but this was there and I scavenged it, like I said. But today, like I said, we went for 2 hours and my butt wasn't sore at all. So these are add-ons. The other add-on I'd say is put something for your phone. Maybe you put it up here to put your phone in. I didn't have one. I had this already. This is just a little pocket, and you can. I was using it today for navigation, and then we were playing music. The third enhancement is, or not third. I don't know what number this is, but this is a ball and socket joint for a Bluetooth radio, and I'm charging it because it died today as I was riding back. So this is another little, like especially in the morning, you go 2 settings high and then one that blinks. This one also pulls apart up and makes a lantern, and then there's the speaker with like a little sub quality to it. It's really good even in traffic. So you screw it on, it's waterproof, or we'll say IPC6 rated. You know, it can be splashed on. It's not going to be submerged in water for long, but it's been 3 years I've had it and it's been great. I've dropped it a bunch too, so. And super good battery life. So those are our little enhancements to the rack. This is just insurance, I guess. I added this pipe foam to it. This is the urethane version, the one that is not the styrofoam version. So it's the softer, suppler version, so I can make these bends, and it doesn't break down so easily in the sun. I found with the other pipe insulation. This is the 1/2-inch version. This brand is called K-Flex 1/2-inch. It fits this pipe perfectly, as well as the monkey bars. Like I said, it's up there, kind of just still sitting. The keys come with it, of course. This I take out when I ride. I don't keep this here, and then you can, when you turn the key, you have to turn it simultaneously with 2 hands, really. You have to turn this key and pull this off. They say it's this 750 nominal motor, 1,000 watt at the peak, is good for 50 miles, I think. I tested it to the limits today, so it was a 25-mile ride, and I was on 5 most of the time. And if I wasn't on 5, because we're on, like, you know, city streets, I was giving it the beans on the throttle. So I was constantly throttling up and throttling down, and that ate up the whole battery. I was on 1 bar on the way home, so it got me all the way home. But at 1 bar, you can't go top speed. You can't go 20 miles an hour because it's a class 2. When it gets down to that 1 bar, I think it tops out at 15 miles an hour, and the throttle is super slow to respond because it's trying to conserve. So that's nice. You're not going to kill the battery and be thinking, oh, I'm going along, I'm just killing it the whole time, or going fast, and now I'm dead in the water, you know. The other thing is this thing, let's see how fast we can make it go. So here's the throttle. So it'll go 25 miles an hour, like that, but with weight on it, the max I get is 20. I kick it into this 7-speed. I can get it up to like 24 when I'm pedaling as hard as I can after I let off the throttle. So I get me going up to 20, and then I can take over and go a little faster on a flat road, mind you. This is not on a hill of any kind. What else would I say about I appreciate it has a swoop to the handle, to the handlebar guards. pads. They give a little bit more comfort. So there's a lot of extras in here. It also has a, oh God, where is it? It has a charging port. Sorry. Oh, it's down here. A USB port. And you hit the little M button, mode, and it turns on the little USB port to charge your phone or whatever. So yeah, 100 miles today, hit 100 miles. So it'll cycle through that, the trip and the overall, the odometer and your max speed. And see, I haven't even taken this off yet, because whatever. What's the downside? Downsides to this bike, like I don't compare, I've never compared another bike. I've never had another, cargo e-bike, so I can't give you any other unbiased opinion. So I only know what this one is, but I would say the only thing that bothers me right now in the first 100 miles, let's see if anything breaks, but sometimes, like 1 out of every 10, if I turn it to 5, I feel a vibration in the wheels, in the pedals, like from the hub. And I know it's not in the drivetrain, or I should say in the say rubbing, because when I go into coast, there is no more vibration, but I can feel it in the pads of my feet through the pedals. So what I'll do is I'll turn it down to like a 4 sometimes, and then it just goes away. It's like I said, 1 out of every 10, I'd say. So if you do it 10 times, you're probably guaranteed to find it. I haven't emailed the company and asked them what the deal is, but it's not a showstopper. It's just kind of weird, to get a vibration, like a massage while you're biking. I don't know. I don't want something to break. What was the other thing? Oh, I missed this. I was impressed with it. It's just a piece of plastic, but it's a dress guard. Keep hands and dresses out of this thing, which is nice, because my daughter, if you have a daughter, it's young. Some daughters like mine like to wear giant flowy dresses, and I don't know, whatever Elsa Disney dress they have on has a lot of Stevie Nicks sort of flowy things, and that can get sucked in. So this has been nice that this is on there. The other enhancement I was going to make was, so this cargo net is nice, right? But sometimes these little helmet things or crap can go down between here, and I'm worried about them getting in the bars. So I want to make something cool, like a cover. Thought about getting a piece of 1/2-inch, pine, birch, whatever, and staining it. And I'm at Home Depot yesterday, and I found this thing. This is a chalkboard on one side, marker board on the other, 2x4 foot. So I just bring over one. I just had them cut it in half so I could take it home, and strap that to the bike. And then one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that to size and drill holes, clearance holes, and use this existing heads, because there's a 1/2 inch of clearance left. After you back this thing out completely, they're still engaged a thread or two at a 1/2 inch. So I have a 1/2 inch to play with. This is only a 1/4 inch. So the goal is to just put something in there and keep it like a solid surface, so I'm not having little things fall through there. And that's the X enhancement. And the last enhancement I think I'll do in the midterm, not the short term, is when our infant is old enough. So it's in between 9 months and 12 months, depending on the organization you ask. And they can hold their head up with a helmet on. They could sit in this. And there's a child seats that come with this. So it's got a 5-point harness. The one I'm looking at is the Haymax Caress that has an adjustable recline option. That seems to be what I'm leaning towards, $160. Yes, very, expensive, but if you're a parent having you probably know the value of your kids sleeping and taking a nap. And I really like the idea at least, of having him in a little bit of a recline and sleeping. And we can go on bike rides that way. And it's fully contained, so their little head rests on something. A lot of these bike seats, like the Yep, there's almost no side to it. Like my daughter, when she rode, she would always fall asleep. And the Burley trailer was like the wall of it, you know, the little plastic screen or the canvas screen, she would sleep against. It was like a little headrest. So I think about that too, looking for something, a deep wall where their head can go, also clearance for their helmet. You know, there's 1,000 websites that talk about reviews, but I haven't seen a review on the EUNORAU 750 Max like this, especially after 100 miles, and see what it feels like. Lastly, I think I'd probably say is I have a trailer, right? I don't want to get rid of the trailer, but there is the Burley will not attach to this because directly with the bracket, because let me take this thing off. Let's set this up and show you what I mean. Okay, so take it a little bit closer. So this has a through axle, but with the wire for it goes through from the hub directly through the axle. So you can't take this little bracket that comes with the Burley and use it because it's got a wire in there unless you pull that off, take this out. So instead I came up with this. This is just a 1/4 inch U bracket. I left the stems long, could trim them off. And I wrapped it with old bike inner tube, so it provides that adhesion, that stickiness to it. I've tried different positions, you know, just to see what it's like. And then I also wrapped the plate with it, put lock nuts on, lock washers on it, zinged it down, and then I attached the bracket to it. So I can still rotate it, gets another degree of freedom to go over bumps, and the whole thing will move, but not interfere with the wheel, the drivetrain, the hub, or her feet. So that's been very nice, I guess, to have the ability to put the trailer on this bad boy and hook it up, and you can just carry stuff, whatever you can fit in there, because this motor was fine. It carried it. We went all over. We went, it was like 5 miles in the city. What was the last thing I was going to tell you? Oh, this panniers, maybe this helps you or doesn't. The panniers, this thing, doesn't have holes in it. You know, you're supposed to like just put it over your rack and go. So this little bike seat jobber, a little cheapo saddle, this has 4 studs and a bracket. So how do you get holes through this vinyl material, this canvas vinyl? Because you can't use existing mounting holes with this version of the saddle. I use a soldering iron. So I heated up the soldering iron, put in the tip, and took the seat and lined it up and made indentations, and then pushed the soldering iron through, made the holes, and it kind of cauterizes the holes at the same time. So you can get the saddle on. So maybe that helps you too, because you don't want to cut this stuff with a knife. It will shred. But like, you know, like polypropylene rope, you know, you want to burn it if you can, or cauterize the edge so it doesn't unravel on you. This is like that too. So I also use some old inner tubing to keep it from marring the paint, and also give it more adhesion and more traction for it to, in case it was, you know, slippage of some type. Overall, like I said, this was $2,000 all in, shipped complete to the door, and took me, I don't know, half a day to figure out, get it installed, put together, and now been riding every day since with her, and that's what ultimately I was trying to get to. You know, sure, there's better bikes that are 3 times the price. You know, $6,000 I was looking at for an e-cargo bike, for the ones you see a lot of reviews on. So for $2,000, you know, I'm happy with it so far. So it's got a 2-year warranty, 1,000-watt motor at the peak, 750 is the nominal, and 40 Newton meters of torque if you care about that. All that specs are online, of course. And hopefully you can tell me your experience with this bike or a different bike that you use, and maybe your use cases for it. What do you put on the back of this? Do you put a kid, 2 kids, just cargo? You know, what's your journeys like? Because I think that will help other viewers find a solution for them that isn't so daunting out there, with there's so many options, and worried about their finding a bike and not wasting money. All right, well, appreciate it. Hope this helps.